Hi, Leon.
Hey, Susan, how are you?
How are you? We're having so much fun.
We are already.
This time we are live.
Hey,
Yay!
well, hello everybody out
Hi,
there in
everybody.
live land.
And we have Leon Jones here. I was wondering if we should call you Mr. Jones. Are you okay with Leon?
I am okay with Leon.
Okay.
That's fine. If you feel the need to call me Mr. Jones, you can do it periodically.
That might slip out once in a
Yeah,
while. I might say, hey, Mr. Jones. Oh, Leon.
yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on the show. Um, I think we've seen each other a few times now.
Yes. Thank you for the invite. We've been crossing each other's paths for a few times here lately. It seems
I
been
know.
all good though, so no
Thank you.
complaints.
I think the first time I saw you, well, I think that was at Extravaganza when you performed for us, and you always have the ladies moving around you, doing
I
crazy things.
guys have created a monster. I was just all shy and nervous, and then you guys just made me feel so much love. So now I can't get enough of just doing whatever I can for you women. You guys are just awesome. I love you
Thank you. Yeah, it was great. Every time we see you, it's like that movie. Oh, not the movie. That song, "Got It Going On." Is that the song?
guys.
One
Can't
of the
get enough of
songs.
your love.
I can't remember.
I've done quite a few. I got some new ones I'm going to do for
Oh,
you.
yeah, I know. I know you showed some of those to me.
Yeah.
So do you know what is Giving Tuesday?
Well, I take it as being a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and working within the community, not only just for your nonprofit, but also associated with other nonprofits, which allows you to expand and allow you to, help and support
Mm-hmm.
other people. One of the things that got my attention was the fact that you guys, do things for veterans. You have resources for veterans. And
Yes.
I'm a veteran, and I just really love when I see people helping our veterans.
Thank
Um,
you. That's awesome.
so that was something that stood out for me.
Cool. Well, I've been getting a lot of questions like, what is Giving Tuesday? So I've been typing answers like until 2 or 3 in the morning. And I thought, I'll just create a PowerPoint. And that's what I did.
Great. Now, see, I
So
wouldn't have been able to say all of that, but
on the PowerPoint.
it's good to see. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
I just knew you guys are an awesome bunch of ladies, and I just
yeah.
enjoy being around you guys and seeing what you do, and supporting
Yep.
what you do. So, Giving Tuesday was brought to my attention by you, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, so Tuesday.
Yes.
So
That's the day.
I read a little bit about it, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And so now we're here. We're going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about it and talk about me, I guess, too, Mr. Jones. And
Miss Jones got it going on.
it's going
Is
to be
that how the song
this is
goes?
Mr. Jones. Yeah.
Susan and Mr. Jones.
Here
Oh boy.
we go again.
That could be a new song, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah, well, well, we don't want to get into the music part first. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
right. Well, anyway, Giving Tuesday is a global campaign. It's the global movement. That's what this heart is, one of their logos. And my nonprofit is American Society of Community Benefits. My nonprofit currently has 15 board members, including myself.
Hmm.
And this is the global network of Giving Tuesday.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yep. So well, with us being a new nonprofit, I just didn't know how we were going to get ourselves known. So 2 years ago, before my nonprofit actually started, I called Giving Tuesday, understanding that in order for a business to be visible, we have to be somewhere known, like on the map, or just doing something fantastic, right? Or for something for some people that might get us noticed. So Giving Tuesday, I've followed for about 10 years now, and I guess one of the biggest dreams was getting on this map. So I asked, how do I get on the map? 2 years ago, I was told, well, you can't just get on the map just for yourself. You have to have something like, I guess, noteworthy or
Hmm.
something that you're helping with the community.
Right.
And I thought 2 years ago it was just me, right? So then 2 years later, which was this year, I finally got the nonprofit set up, and I called Giving Tuesday again. And this time I understood that I needed to have a campaign. So each heart on this map represents a campaign
Oh wow.
by, by a local community leader. So this is United States, and as you can tell on the left side, which is where California is,
Right.
there are only 4 hearts where we are located.
Hmm.
So I said, well, how do I get my nonprofit on the map to show our campaign? Right there, we are.
Oh, look at you.
My heart.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. And
Congratulations. But you know, you had to start somewhere,
oh,
and
absolutely.
you didn't quit. So
Yep.
you deserve to be on the map.
Thank you. I know. I said to my board members, look, guys, we're on the map, and they're like, oh, thumbs up, thumbs up.
This is just
Um,
the beginning.
well, it's not just being on the map. We have a responsibility, you know,
Right.
just like Spider-Man. What was that? With greatness comes responsibility.
Okay, Spider Man. Okay.
Something like that. I
Superheroes.
often misquote. What?
It's always good to quote superheroes.
I don't have the webs.
That might be a good thing. Catching everything. Anyway,
We're having way too much fun.
I know we're going to be serious too, so
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can be fun. I
we
know
got
you're fun. Yeah.
to have fun.
Don't hide your funness.
That's kind of hard for me, but anyway, and especially with you. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome to see that, and to
Mhm.
see that you have your dream has basically come to fruition, and people are now
Mhm.
can see you on the map.
Yes.
And we need to get more hearts on the west side.
I know.
Uh,
Look at that. I mean, on the left in California, there's only 4 and now 5.
yeah, we're considered, like the fourth largest economy here in the
Hmm.
world. So, yeah, definitely need to see if we can't do some maybe Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't know.
Wednesday with Mr. Jones.
You can give Tuesday and have to fall over and run over to Wednesday.
Tuesday with Susie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Would that be horrible if people called me Susie?
Board members, get them going. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, this is us on the map, the blue heart. And when people go to givingtuesday.org, they'll click on the link how to get involved. They'll find our campaign.
Mhm.
And they will link everybody back to our Facebook page, for Giving Tuesday Inland Empire. And what's neat is that this is a global movement, and we are one of 400 community leaders, which is like,
Oh,
wow, did we just do that? Like, did we just become one of 400? That it's recognized on this map.
that's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's just happened this year, like in August.
Oh, wow. So you're the newbie, huh? The
We
rookie.
are we are new, and currently we have 15 board members between the advisory board and the executive board. There are 15 of us, and they're like, oh, thumbs up, thumbs up. We got we're on the map. Yes. So
Well,
what that
once
means?
you have, it's all moving forward from there, So
Mm-hmm.
that's the good thing. And now we can just start blessing as many people as we possibly can through our efforts, and making ourselves visible to the
Yep,
world, because it is.
exactly. And
So,
what that means is, being on the map. What does that mean? Well, we are the community leader for this Giving Tuesday Inland Empire, and all these logos are supporters, and some of them are the nonprofits that are signed on with our campaign, so
mhm.
that we can also help them. Like, for example, Mrs. B's table. What they're doing today is they're out there passing out home cooked meals to homeless people that
Wow.
they could find on the streets. I mean, the homeless people are not necessarily out in the open, so they
Right.
have to climb fences, go through the ditches and the valleys, and I don't know how they find them. But see, she said something about.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I did the census
Uh
in
huh.
20 for the first time. And my first assignment with this other guy was to go out and look for homeless people out in
Mm.
remote areas. And we did exactly what you just described. We had to climb fences. We had to go through cuts and fences. We had to go upside the hills. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would be surprised where you found homeless people. It just shocked me. You know, you're driving down the freeway, you see these bushes
Mm-hmm.
along the highway, and
Yeah.
sometimes it might be an entire family living there, and you never know it because they're
Yep.
so tucked in and you never see it. So
It's sad.
applaud them.
It's almost like when I'm driving down the Ortega Highway and
Mhm.
there's a fox that's hiding somewhere, but you won't see it, because it's blending into
And then right in, yeah.
the dirt on the hills. Sometimes the homeless is like that, you know.
Exactly. And you know, I have a total different appreciation for them too, because they're very resourceful. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them, when you see what they have to deal with, and then dealing with the elements and whatnot also. So
Yeah.
my hats is off to them that are, what's it said, Mrs. B's uh,
Mr. B's
uh,
table.
table. Yeah, yeah. If they're
Mm-hmm.
out there doing that, that's a very noble thing.
Yep. And good thing for the local store that's been donating ingredients to her and her nonprofit. She's been able to cook amazing meals. Otherwise, she said we would just be serving spaghetti. And I thought,
Well,
well,
that's the amazing thing
better
is
than
when
nothing.
you get people pitching in together,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and it just creates a wonderful thing, you know, when people can just get together and make something, you know, that's worthy to go out and service the community. That's a great
Yes.
thing. I love it.
Absolutely. So then the next question was, what is a community partner, right? So the easiest thing for me to describe was a community partner is someone who would be helping us with some of the costs of the campaign. So, for example, the platform that we're streaming our video and our interviews on, that's because of a community partner's donation, Credit Cure. And of course, American Society of Community Benefits is also chipping in on some of this. We are a small and new nonprofit, so we really don't have the funding. But because this campaign means so much to us, we just have to make it happen. So we've been able to, get this streaming platform ready to use. And of course, what do the community partners get? Well, for their benefit, they really get to showcase the brand and the corporate image. They have the one day, which is Giving Tuesday, to show the approachable side of their businesses. They get to meet other community partners and customers, and of course, the marketing reach that's provided by Giving Tuesday. You're getting more than just your local, like immediate area where you would normally market. We're
Mhm.
actually helping you branch out because of this campaign being so global. And because we are, even though we're in locally in Southern California, Inland Empire,
Mhm.
the other day we actually got mentioned by our community leader in Kenya.
Oh wow,
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Uh,
that's yeah.
yeah, I didn't expect that. And I thought, well, maybe because I went to one of the community leader meetings and that's how they knew about us. And of course, we also have community partners like helping us spread the campaign. So it could be a lot of different reasons. But we got mentioned all the way across the world, right? So that's something huge for me to like say, well, we're doing something right.
Something, yeah, exactly. And
So,
I just really think that you guys are going to get the support that you need.
mm-hmm,
Count me in, because I've done a little research.
mm-hmm,
Like I say, you are new,
yes,
and I've just just been reading wonderful things, and then plus I've bumped into you, like I say, several times,
yeah, a few times.
and
I'm
just
short, so it's easy to bump into me,
knowing you as a person, and the events that I've
run
seen.
me over.
You're out there doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that's the good thing.
Yes,
It's a
thank
good
you.
foundation, and
Hmm.
I definitely support you and your
Thank you.
efforts.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
So vendors well, people are asking, do you still need vendors? I said, yes, we do. We do have some spaces left. So if you need a space, let us know ASAP, because you could showcase your goods and services on that day from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. But let me know soon,
right.
running out of time. Only how many days? 3 days? Counting today.
Let her know today.
Yeah, I know. Or even if they show up the same day, it's like, well, just pay your vendor donation, and then you'll get set up there wherever you can find space. Yeah, we try to help the community as much as we can. So the donation level, I'll get into that. Is really affordable. So community partners. So what are their benefits? At the $25 donation level, they're getting exposure before and after the event. They're getting the marketing on social media, flyers, and the websites. And the $50 level, they're getting exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page. And then at the $100 level, which is where you're at, because you're one of our like biggest supporters with the talent that you'll be showcasing for us on Tuesday. I'll get
100.
I'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes. 100.
It would be great. It would be fabulous, actually. Okay, so at the $100 donation level, the community partners are getting exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page, one-on-one interview, which is what you and I are doing, and of course, you get advertisements. And
Sounds
here's
good
a
to me.
summary. How much does it cost? Huh?
I said, sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Vendors are getting, well, they get a space when they donate $15 or $24, and then the 25 plus is towards is for community partners. So it could be 25, 50, or $100 or more. And what we recommend is $25 for every nonprofit that signed on to the campaign. So at least we're able to distribute some funds at the end of the campaign.
Right.
For example, Mrs. B's table, they're out there working at, they're distributing food. They don't have time to do what I'm doing. I mean, I
Right.
don't have time either, but I've
Well,
set aside time.
it
None
all
of us really have a lot of time,
it all works together though, and that's the thing.
Yes.
Everybody's doing a little something here and there in
Yeah.
their part. So
Yep.
it's as long as we're moving forward, that's the whole thing,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, absolutely. So people are asking me, so Susan, why are you doing this? Are you getting paid to do this? I'm like, well, no. I mean, people often ask why, and they equate that to money received or money to be received later on. And I say, no, we're not getting paid to be a community leader now or ever, as far as I could tell or understand it. We don't, it's
Right.
all volunteer and volunteer driven, community based partnerships. And, you're giving your time to us as well. So that's time, it could mean money to people, but time could also mean making a difference. And for
Yeah.
me, I feel like I'm making a difference, you know, because if I'm not doing this and Mrs. B's table is not doing this, they're not getting known. They're not getting their name out there.
There are so
And,
many people that's missing out on blessings when
Mhm.
people like yourself is not being selfless and you're out there doing things like this. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And same with the other community partners that are with us on this campaign. They're out doing what they're supposed to be doing with their businesses. They don't have, I mean, it's not really part of their business to do this type of campaign, but they're supporting us. And in essence, they are doing this with us.
Mhm.
And we can't let them down because we are like their loudspeaker. I'm trying to be loud.
Right. See, you're giving them a plug and they're out there working hard, not even knowing that you're talking about them, but they,
I don't know.
the
Let's
blessing.
hope eventually, we'll get our videos viral, I guess. And then, yeah, it's streaming on 2 Facebook pages at least. And then, well, for ours, for the corporate, which is what we have on American Society of Community Benefits, and on the Inland Empire Giving Tuesday Facebook page. So at least those 2 places, and then of course my own personal page, plus the United International Elite Pageant page, plus my YouTube channel.
Oh wow.
And when people share, of course, that's that could go viral. I mean, it could eventually go viral. So we do have the marketing reach in the global presence. So yeah. So thank you, Leon.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're supportive of our campaign. And I just wanted to show like the more serious side of Leon.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's there. You just gotta dig a little bit.
I was like, what is this? Like, so I was like, wait a minute, this is Leon? He sent me this?
Yes.
So you do taxes? I had
I don't do taxes. We do taxes here in my office.
Okay.
that I work out of. But
All right.
basically, what that flyer is talking about is, you have your taxable income that you invest. And of course, savings and CDs, those monies get reported, by the uh, people the accounts, and so you have to pay your taxes on those. And then if you're saving for retirement or anything like that, then you have your tax deferred type of accounts where you're saving money, your 401s and 403bs and stuff. And then you want to take as far as the advantages of them and compare them to like your Roth IRAs and your savings accounts through your cash value and stuff like that. So there's just different ways that you can approach saving for your retirement. And we work with people with that. And of course, there's so many different types of ways that you can do it. But my office, the approach that we have, we just deal in basically safe, fixed type of
Mm-hmm.
investment, where you might not get rich overnight, but at least you won't lose anything.
Right.
I use the California Fair Plan. My office, we do the regular carriers as far as insurance is concerned, but I'm also involved in the types of programs that are offered by the state for people that have low income. And I know a lot of people don't want to deal with that because you have people with low income, and a lot of times they're financially strapped. A lot of times they don't get to pay their bills on time, and you have to keep doing paperwork and doing paperwork. But just like Mrs. B's table is out there, helping the homeless and whatnot. You have to it takes a special type of person to, I think, to even with a nonprofit to be able to deal with that. You have to have patience. You have to, just have love for people, and it's not always something you get paid for. And so our insurance, we try to help people out of this office. Straight Talk Insurance Services. Basically, that's what people want. They want someone to be honest with them. They want someone to talk straight to them about it. Sometimes it may not be good news, but at least it's the truth. So I think a lot of people like that. In my experience, being in the business for over 30 years, I can't see any other way of doing business if you can't be honest and straightforward with people. And I ask the same of my clients because it's better for me to help them if they're being honest with me, and
Yep.
so it kind of works both ways.
That's important,
Yeah, it is.
especially. So, are you acting as their financial planner, or are you their insurance broker?
I'm their insurance broker, but I'm kind of tied into a lot of different things. Like I'm getting tied into your organization and what you guys are doing because I love it. But when I see a fit,
Uh-huh.
for like I consider it a referral service that I have here. It's not something that I promote, but
Mm-hmm.
I have clients that I connect with other clients because maybe I have a contractor
Yes.
that I know and he's been vested with me and he's done some work for me, or maybe some other clients and he's done a good job and I got a good report on him. And then someone else may, hey, because I deal with a lot of seniors also.
Mm.
Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones, do you know of anyone that could come out and maybe redo my wall or do
How
my
funny.
floor or my cabinets or anything, or fix my plumbing? I might just have someone that I could refer you to that you don't have to be worried about.
Yeah.
They
Well,
know that they're going to get business from me if they go out and do a good job and give you a good fair price.
mhm.
And I know that I can continue to rely on them if they're doing a good job, and that's helping each other.
Yeah.
So that's part of what I do. A lot of that, probably too much, but you run into where you just kind of don't have enough time during the day sometimes to
Oh, I know.
get to everything. But yeah,
Important.
so it's a full service. That's what I do. I've been doing it for over 30 years. I did work for an agency at one time, and in 2000, no, it was 1990, 98. I got involved with the agency, and then in 2005, I became an independent,
Wow.
and I opened my own office here in West Covina in 1998. No, 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 no. 2009. What am I doing? I'm getting it all.
Wait, how far ago? Like how far apart is that? 2009 to
Yeah,
1990.
yeah, I just get it all mixed up. But I mean, if you want to know as far as the whole history of the whole thing, I
Yeah.
got out of the military in '82 and
Wow.
started selling insurance for the military. We did
Nice.
exclusively just selling to the military through a nonprofit organization. It was called the Non-Commissioned Officers Association, and I did that for a while, and then went into my field of being a mechanic. I used to be a mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
and from that, I did final expense. Started in 1998, and I did that with an agency. But I felt like my hands were tied because we were limited to just offering one product, and I would go
Yeah.
out and talk to people, and they would express other needs, and I
Mhm.
just felt like I need to be able to offer that.
I
And
know.
my whole thing is it's okay if you tell me no. I just don't want to be able to. I don't want to have to tell you no.
Right.
I want to be able to help you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of my thing. So, but yeah, I'm here in West Covina now, and
Neat.
things has been good. It's been a lot of hard work, but
I'm
hard
sure.
work pays off, and
Mhm.
I'm just enjoying one day at a time.
So do people just email you or call you when they need some help?
They can do either. If you look on my card that you
Mm-hmm.
have up on the screen, my cell number is up top. Now, why
Mm-hmm.
is that? Because I want my clients to be able to get a hold of me. And one of the things that I've heard a lot out in the field is, oh, I haven't been able to get a hold of my agents. I have no idea where my agent is. I don't want
Yes.
people to ever say that about me. It's like, and sometimes I do get phone calls like at 10:30, 11
Oh.
o'clock at night, and I'm like, okay, what is it? We basically have to wait until the next day to get it done. But I just want people to be able to get a hold of me.
Yep.
You know,
Well, I know where my agent is. He's been
that's
traveling since 2019.
that's
We kept him pretty busy, so he decided he would just take a vacation.
okay.
It's been a while since I've seen him.
Oh, we need more people like you.
As long as he gets the work done, we're okay.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
I love to be
Hmm.
busy. But yeah, and some of these things I'm not really licensed to do, like you show here at the bottom, living trust.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I have people that I can refer people depending on your situation, power of
Hmm.
attorney, reverse mortgages. I've helped quite a few people with that because that's a
Hmm.
very tricky
Oh, yes.
situation for some people, and it's not for everybody.
Exactly.
I want to let people know that you
Yep.
don't necessarily need to get a reverse mortgage, and we do vest you before we
Hmm.
even recommend anything like that. Buy and sell. So I do work with realtors
Hmm. Okay.
because I do homeowners insurance, and a lot of times they come to me for that.
Hmm.
Refinancing, short sales, anything real estate. I have an abundance of real estate agents, and that's both for veterans and for commercial that I can refer people to. And they're very good agents. They'll take good care of you, and I haven't had any problems with them. The insurance part of it, I pretty much do it all myself.
Yes.
And so I've been in the business for a long time, so I'm very knowledgeable about insurance. Uh,
Nice.
Investments, like I say, I mainly deal with the foundation of investments. That's what I call it, the roots.
Well,
If
that's
you
good.
got extra money you want to blow or gamble
Hmm.
or put in a high risk situation, then there's other people that I would prefer you to talk to as far as that. But anything that's going to be safe, that's going to yield you a return,
Hmm.
I'm the man to talk to about that.
So you would use the whole life as a wealth building vehicle?
That's one of the wealth building vehicles, whole life, universal life,
Yes.
annuities. We
Hmm.
I have brokerages also on top of my brokerage that I'm connected to because it's very hard to stay up to date on everything. There's so much information out there, good and bad, and everybody deserves to have their own individual, analysis. Is what I call
Right.
it. And so sometimes I have to refer to advanced markets for certain things. Let's say an annuity. Okay, how much money you got to put in, what you're trying, your goal is. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I need to talk to people that do that full time.
I
I'm the
know.
jack of all trades, a little here, a little here, a little there. But then I'm knowledgeable enough to say, okay, well, let's
Yep.
investigate this together.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
I'm learning.
think that I think that's why our paths cross so often. It's because I'm in that realm as well. I don't sell insurance, real estate, or tax advice, but I do help people build wealth with passive income
Yeah,
and real estate, insurance.
yeah, so it all kind of intertwines together. And
Hmm.
so, like the guy that works here in the office with me, he's been
Hmm.
doing taxes for 40 years. So
Wow.
and he's also a what do you call the person? Um,
I was gonna say something, but it wouldn't sound nice.
well, I mean, he does he's the bookkeeper. That was what I was looking for.
Okay,
Okay,
I was thinking
that's
something else.
nice. Okay, yeah, he's no, he's and he gets a lot of my clients who've
Uh
had
huh.
tax preparers, and for whatever
Hmm.
reason they disappeared. Maybe they got arrested for cheating. I don't.
Oh no, that's not
But
good.
my clients that I've referred him to. They're very happy with him. I used to do my own taxes.
Yep, me too.
I don't have to stress with that now because he does a better job than I do. And I don't have to worry about staying up to date on stuff
I
or did
know.
I miss this or did I miss that?
Yep.
He takes care of that. I totally trust him. So
Oh, I know. There's a lot of the tax rules change almost every year or maybe
all
every
the time.
quarter, right?
Yeah. And
So
so
you
yeah, so
need, you need
that's
an expert.
why I enjoy, just knowing other people that are good at what they do.
Hmm.
And the fact that I can refer people them and not have to worry about are they going to be taken care of. And
Exactly.
and that works the same. If you refer someone to me,
Hmm.
I'm going to take care of them. And if I can't help them, then I'm going to try to either refer them to somewhere that they can get the help that they need, or just flat out tell them, I can't help you.
Exactly.
And so
Yep.
that's how it works for me.
It's good to have connections.
It is. Mr. Jones love connections.
That brings me back to the screen. Why? Why? Because we need to make a difference,
We
right?
do. We
And
do.
and you make a difference in knowing what you're doing is helping others. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing, right?
Right. And that's the thing. Like I say, everybody can't do my job. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
they can't do it,
Yep.
but you have to have the patience and you have to have the
Exactly.
drive and the initiative. And also you have to have love for people. You have to generally have love for people,
Yes.
and want to do good by them and do good for them. And I think
Right.
that's one of my assets, that
Mm-hmm.
I have. I don't try to scam people. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need it. I don't need the negativity
Mm-hmm.
around me that comes back from that because I am a believer in karma. It goes around, it's going to eventually come back around.
Yes. I
And
mean, yep, that can happen.
yeah. So
Oh, can you tell me what this is? The California Fair Plan?
California Fair Plan is
Hmm.
for getting homeowners insurance
Hmm.
through the state funded program because a lot of carriers, uh, some won't even insure you if your house is in a high risk area for fire.
Oh, right.
And so that's a place where you can go get a fire policy, and the rates are very affordable. They do recommend that you try a regular carrier first. If for
Hmm.
some reason you can't get insured, then you can apply through them and get a policy through the fair plan. So they're kind of like my backup plan. The same with, I have a program called the California Low Cost Insurance Program.
Oh, wow.
That works really good for seniors. It works really good for these teenagers out here that don't have these expensive, fast cars, where they can get an affordable policy, and for also low income people, where they can get insurance on their car and not have to spend, their entire
That's
paycheck.
interesting. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's but it has some restrictions. But you have to be at least 19 years of age. 18
Mhm.
now they changed it, and they've also adjusted some of their rules where they're a little more lenient now on who can get a policy. It used to be very strict.
Uh-huh.
As long as your vehicle is not over $25,000, uh,
Okay.
and it's liability insurance, so at least you
Mhm.
can get what the state requires to allow you to keep your registration and everything intact. So it's a good program to have. It's a good program to have.
Neat.
Yeah.
Did you see that comment? Leon is great.
I am Mr. Jones. Thank you, whoever put that up there. Thank you.
Oh, it's our group.
Yes.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
really enjoy I feel like I'm giving back even with my little talk show that I have here. Talk to Susan.
This is nice. I like talking to Susan. More people should talk to you, Susan. You should talk to
Thank
people
you. Yeah, it's
every
fun.
day. Yeah, about this. And
I enjoy it.
I watched a couple of your interviews
Oh
prior
no,
to us.
that's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
No, actually, you did a good job. So it just kind of, I
Mhm.
was looking forward to my turn.
That's
So
reassuring. Thank you.
I was looking forward to my turn. I said,
Well, hey, you're doing wonderful.
Well,
Um,
thank you so much.
so I was looking at some of the other stuff you sent me, like realism. This one. Which one is this one?
Realism Productions.
Yeah, this one.
Okay,
What's
that
that?
that logo, that's my
Uh-huh.
logo for my music production company,
Ooh.
was done by a teenager,
Hmm.
14 years old, about 20 years ago.
Wow.
And I just loved it. She was an
Hmm.
art student and wanted to, uh, I got introduced to her.
Hmm.
I was at that point looking for a logo, and
Yep.
she asked if she could do it.
Nice.
And that's what she came up with. I gave her kind of an idea of what I wanted, and that's what she came up with, and I just kept it. And it's. But my music production is kind of something that started out helping kids stay out of gangs.
Hmm.
My nephew and some of his friends were at one point uh, being recruited by gangs, and
Yeah,
I wasn't going to have any part of that.
that's
Uh,
scary.
and yeah, it was very scary. One of the kids in the neighborhood got shot,
Oh no.
and that just made it even more
Hmm.
of a duty for me to step in and try to do something.
Right.
And so I had a spare room in my townhouse at the time, and I decided to go out and buy some music equipment
Hmm.
because they were doing the little B-box thing on the corner, and it actually sounded pretty good. And I said, "Hey, you
Yeah.
guys are talented."
Right.
And so every weekend, that's where they would spend. It would be at my place
Hmm.
the whole weekend. It didn't do much for my food budget because they clean my refrigerator out every
Your
weekend.
fridge was always clean.
I'd be in the studio working with one, two would be robbing my refrigerator. So,
Well,
but you got to feed them, right? You can't
exactly.
run a
Or
hundred.
they won't come back.
They're all, yeah, exactly. Food kept them coming. And so they turned out to be really decent young men.
Good.
They all have their own families now. None of them
Hmm.
ever went to prison.
Good.
They, had my guidance there, and then some of the other people in the neighborhood
Hmm.
that were musicians would stop by and help with the music, and I mean, it just turned into a all-out community thing, and
Yes.
it worked out real good, and that's what got me started,
Hmm.
and then of course. Jazz band was formed out of it too. So I had a rap group and a jazz band at the same time.
Wow.
So that kind of gave me the beginning of what I do now called new old school.
Yep.
I take older music and just kind of bring it up to date and write
Hmm.
because, that's what I like doing. But my music has been therapy for me.
Yep.
Now that I'm doing it on a solo basis, because I've had quite a few surgeries from a car accident,
Hmm.
and working on heavy equipment when I was in the Marines. Kind of got injured a couple of times. So when I was going through my surgeries, it allowed me something to do to occupy my mind while I was healing
Mhm.
and while I was in rehab. So, um, and that's kind of how it all got started. But
Mhm.
I never thought I would be out performing for groups like you ladies. And, I was messing around in karaoke and people just started saying,
You got recruited.
you need to get out and do something with that stuff. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh man, I don't want to do nothing, and then one thing led to another. And
Huh?
so now I'm just having fun,
I know. It's
having fun.
crazy. I mean, once you're part of that scene, it's hard to leave, you know, when
It
you're on
is,
one red carpet to the next red carpet.
it is. And God has been so good to me
Hmm.
because even when I'm not trying to do something, if it's something that I guess that he feels that I should be doing, he just keeps putting it in my face until
I know.
shut up. So it's like, okay, well, I see God. You saying I need to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna
Yep.
make time to do it. And so it's been a good ride. I'll just put it that way.
That's good. So, I'm looking at these two. Are they lions or are they
They're
something?
lions. They're lions. I always associate myself with two things. One
Mm-hmm.
is lions because my name is Leon,
Oh,
and
that's right, Leon.
Leon is a derivative of Leo, which means lion,
Hmm. Yes.
and the number one.
Ah.
And the reason I do that is because that's what my name means, number one.
Number one in the jungle.
Yes, I'm the number one lion.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
But yeah,
I was looking at these two characters, and at some point they don't look like lions anymore. They sort of look like people with hoodies on.
hmm.
It's sort of weird if you just keep looking at it long enough. Well,
Oh boy, I don't
uh-oh.
know. I always see lions now. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Maybe
No,
because I invented it, but I'm gonna
I
leave it.
had to ask. That's why I asked. But it's really neat, isn't it? I
And
thought.
realism is the name that the kids came up with
Okay.
when we were, in the studio, and they said, trying to come up with a name to call
Hmm.
the production company. So why don't you call it realism? Because you're real.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how that stuck. And so the same with Straight Talk Insurance. Straight
Hmm.
Talk Insurance was actually given to me by an ex insurance agent.
This one here. We
He had
talked.
gotten out of the business, and he was looking for some insurance for him and his wife later on. And he had interviewed like maybe several insurance agents. And when he talked to me, he bought insurance. And he said, "You know why I bought insurance from you and I didn't buy it from those other fellows?" I'm like, no, maybe you like me. I don't know. It was like, because you're a straight shooter. You ought to name your company Straight Shooter. And I went, nah, let's take this part out.
Shooting insurance.
How about Straight Talk? He said, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And that's how Straight Talk was born. So,
So you're feeding the cycle of shooting.
yeah, I didn't want that shooter in there. It's like people say, hey, well, if they're not at home, just do a drive-by.
Oh my. Oh
Do
my
a
God. Love
drive-by. I say, either I'll stop back by, but I won't do a drive-by. So
that.
you
That's
be
funny.
careful with how you say word things sometimes.
Oh,
So,
I know.
but
Exactly.
because life is funny.
Yep. So I was just, looking at this flyer again, like, wow.
I love
On
that flyer.
Tuesday, November 29th, our board secretary actually came up with the foundation of this flyer.
Mm-hmm.
And initially she put our logo, which is American Society of Community Benefits, and she put Credit Cure. Credit Cure is my other company that is sponsoring the campaign and the program. And that was all that was on this sheet. And I kept asking because I guess I couldn't either. I couldn't take no for an answer, or I was just not satisfied when someone said yes.
Okay.
So I kept asking more people, and of course more people meant yes, yes, yes. So here, the flyer is full. We have a lot of people who are supporting us in the community, and even though they cannot make it that day physically, they're actually helping us promote in the background, and they're helping us just spread the word about our Giving Tuesday campaign, which is Giving Tuesday Inland Empire. And when they see these other logos, they're also talking about these other community partners that are on this flyer. So it's my intention was to help as many nonprofits and organizations as possible, and by being able to do this with American Society of Community Benefits, it's like really a huge honor. You know, we're not just helping ourselves, American Society of Community Benefits, but we're helping others who have signed on with the campaign. So it's like, wow, we trust you, so help us. Just
Right.
like Mrs. B, it's not Mrs. B, but it's Carol. Her nonprofit is Mrs. B's Table, so she's out there handing out food today, climbing up and down those ditches in Lake Elsinore, and
That is amazing to me.
wherever she happens to be
Yeah.
today, that's what she's doing today. So I feel like really there's an obligation, not just to myself but to others, that because we sign on and we're on this map. It really makes a huge difference that we do something with our power, right?
Right.
Whatever we can. And what was that saying about it takes a village to raise a child?
Yes.
Is that the correct saying?
That is the correct saying.
Well, it takes a village to raise a nonprofit too.
It
you know,
does.
Especially the younger nonprofits. And Mrs. B's is actually new. They started their nonprofit at the same time we did.
Well, the difference is you're doing something.
Yes.
If you just say, "Hey, I got a nonprofit," and it's
Oh, I
just
know.
here, then okay, now what? But
Yeah,
you're doing something, and that's where the difference
exactly.
comes in, because you're actually doing something. And
Hmm.
without activity, there's not going to be any activity, and there's not going to be any difference
Hmm.
making or anything. So
Yep.
you're grabbing it by the hoof and you're taking off with it, and that's the important part of it. So
And you know what I'm proud of? This map.
that map is awesome. You know,
I'm
we
so
just
proud of the
need to
map.
get a little bit more over to the left, but other than that, that's an awesome map, to be
What?
a part of something
Yeah,
that
we over here.
yeah.
I know.
But we're powerful though. We're small, but we're powerful.
I
That's the
know.
whole thing. So
And we cover Inland Empire, which is like what, Riverside County, San Bernardino. I think those are two counties, right? Inland. I'm sort of new to the area, so still learning like what's in Inland Empire. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, Riverside County, San Bernardino, because San Bernardino is huge. You know.
well, put it this way: it's an empire.
Yes, that's true. And Leon's the king.
Like number one.
Number one. I think I have a song list that you sent over to me, right?
I have
Oh,
a song.
this is your CD.
And yeah,
This is
that's
your CD.
that's my second CD, New Old.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually working on my last song on my third
Ah.
CD, and it's called New Old School Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
I love this last CD. The song that I'm working on now is my last song. I always do one song for God,
Mm.
because without God, I don't think I would be, well, I just know that I won't be nothing. So I always devote one song to God, and the one that I'm working on right now is called That's Why I Pray.
Ah, interesting.
And
So,
so I just started in the studio with that yesterday. Hopefully it'll be done by Christmas.
mhm.
And
Nice.
then I'll release my third CD called New Old School Volume 2.
Wow, that's cool.
You can go to my website, which is leonjonesmusic.com, and you can download my music there. You can listen to it for free.
Hmm.
You can leave comments. You can do it all right there. You can share. You can gift music to people. It's a wonderful place to go. It needs to be updated, because I haven't really done a lot since COVID, but
Uh huh.
you can take the www off.
Oh,
It's leonjonesmusic.com.
yeah.
Instead of putting the HTTPS,
Uh huh.
// just leonjonesmusic.com.
Is that because you're the king? You don't need the www.
Don't need the www. The
We just know you
www
by Leon.
win. So,
Yeah, that's right. Right.
music.com.
Right.
take you right to my website, and you can leave me a message. I even have my phone number there if you want to call me and put in a special request or something. But
Oh, me
uh,
personally or someone else?
my third CD is on the website.
Uh-huh.
The only song that's not there is the last song that I'm working on now. My
Mhm.
first CD is there called The Number One.
Mhm.
Second CD is this one that you have up on the screen right now, New Old
Nice.
School. And I'm like I say, I'm one song shy of finishing New Old School Volume 2.
Okay.
So um,
That's
that's
pretty
cool.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then you'll be performing for us on November 29, Giving Tuesday in San Bernardino.
Excited. I'm excited. I love performing for you ladies. You
That's
guys make me
awesome.
feel so much love and just bring it out of me. Just got to do a good job for you guys
Well,
because you know.
a bunch of the ladies went to London.
Ah! That's okay. They're gonna miss it.
But you know what? They'll be streaming from London. So somehow
Also,
I'll be connecting with them, and then we'll be streaming from here to London
I'm gonna be performing on the 11th. It's 11th or I think the 11th of December.
for our Christmas party or a holiday party.
Santa Baby.
Oh no, that's the talent show, right?
That's on the 13th. Yeah, it's a no. It's a nonprofit also,
There's so
and
many things happening.
they support domestic violence.
Uh huh.
It's on the 13th, I think.
Oh, you better check your calendar. I
And
need to check mine too because I have a bunch of events happening
right here.
between now and the first of the year. But yeah, this is so
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
actually on the 11th. It's on a Sunday.
Okay, all right.
So um, I'll they can check me out on Facebook. It's
Mm-hmm.
flyers are posted there. I've been sharing them. Also, I think I have something on my Instagram account also.
So are you taking like bookings for private shows or what are you doing with?
Yes, I do it all. I did the
Wow.
did a couple of birthday parties. I've done a wedding,
Uh huh.
and then I did
Bachelorette party.
the bachelorette thing. Yeah, I was about to bring it up.
Do those come out crazy?
Oh, that was really nice,
Uh
actually.
huh. Well, that's good.
My first time, and apparently we did a good job because he said, "Hey, look, we need to do that again, amigo."
Oh, what, was he going to get married again?
Yeah, he wants to bring me back to
Same
sing.
girl.
Yeah, he wants to bring me back to sing. So that was really good.
That's
I
funny.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed the venue and everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm available for private bookings.
Hmm.
Um,
Neat.
and my thing was, like I said, I've had some health problems, and for quite a few years I was doing back to
Hmm.
back surgery, so I
Yeah,
couldn't really plan anything. But now that I've gotten all of that behind me and my health is back up to par, I'm able to get out now and do some of the things and enjoy
that's good.
just being out doing what I can do for people. You
Start
know,
living again, right?
and start living again. Exactly.
Yeah, that's important. That's a really neat photo of you.
Yeah, yeah. A friend of mine, he took me out and did a photo shoot for me. I got quite a few
It
pictures.
worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple of thumbs up on our interview. That's awesome. Hey, we have a few more minutes. So, do you want to share some closing remarks about Giving Tuesday and why people should donate to our fund or our cause?
Well, Given Tuesday, when you look at the different things that you all do, you help with the veterans,
Mm-hmm.
domestic violence. Um,
Oh,
there was some other things. There was a list of things that was going on. I saw on there. You're out feeding people, and like you say, when people donate to your nonprofit, they're not just donating to one nonprofit. It's shared amongst
mm,
other nonprofits, and you don't hear that much.
yeah.
It's one thing to get a nonprofit, like I say, to not just sit idle, And so, oh, I got a nonprofit, but you're not doing anything. But you're doing it for not yourself, also sharing with other nonprofits. And I think
Hmm.
that's a whole concept that that could do a lot more. The more people involved, the more can get done. And so Giving Tuesday is a worthwhile cause. It's affordable. They allow you to give in small amounts, and I know Susan personally, because we keep bumping into each other, and she's a wonderful person to know. And it's all about the people that's doing the work, and they do the work. GSFE, uh, um, just a bunch of wonderful people to know and
Yes.
be around and experience the goodness that comes from them. So I
Hmm.
recommend it to anybody, I'm gonna always support them, and I'm always gonna share their material and talk about them as much as I can to people, and try to get people more aware of what they're doing, and get people involved. So Giving Tuesday is just a day, but they're giving 7 days a week.
Oh, absolutely. And so are you.
That's the title. They're giving on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all
Every day.
day they give. So
And you are too, Leon, with everything that you've done and doing and planning to do with your music. I mean, you might not know it, but when people hear your songs or see you performing, that brings a little bit of joy, that they didn't have before seeing you perform. So that's important too.
that's amazing. That's amazing
Hmm.
for me
Yes.
to feel like I've made people happy,
Yes, you have.
and
And
people smile, and you
it's a
know,
success.
so far I haven't had any fruit thrown at me. So
Oh, trying to think, when have we served fruit?
yeah, put it on a plate and sit it on my table. I
Maybe
think.
there's a reason. No, just kidding.
But I'm looking forward to Tuesday,
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
I really enjoyed this interview. It was nice
Awesome.
seeing you today. I'm going to go home now and watch the Lakers and support them.
Oh, that sounds
Need
like
our,
fun.
need our support. So
Okay. I'm gonna turn on our parting song, and if you want to hang around, I'll be in the back studio.
okay.